Hello, 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 and welcome to the TV room. I can see already there's one thing that probably isn't helpful here. Now, a while ago, for a long time, I always had this sign on up and going. I have two of them, actually. Anyway, one fell. I'll find it. Anyway, the bottom piece that holds the batteries in is at this point missing. And the batteries have just fallen and run away. I can see two of them. Oh, golly. Oh. This is not going as planned. I think I see the third. I think. All right. Okay. Time to make use of this handy dandy thing. There we go, that I got from Dollarama. It is a dustpan, but it has a long thing on it. Now, let's see. Can we do this? Can we get this? We may not be able to. The batteries seem very attached to the thought of coming out. Or the top of the sign. Alright, this is a disaster. I must find the bottom to put it on there. Suppose I could use some tape. I suppose I could. Anyway, it's not working well. And now, there we go. Yuck. Yeah. Well, we have batteries. We are equipped. I will find the other parts to this. I'll just stick those batteries up there. I know they're there. And we'll put this up there. We're on the air. And right up here is the VIC-SWITCH that Rudy of Rudy's Retro Intel left with me. I need to hook things up and try things. I do. Now, the other thing here that I vowed would not happen is this table is turning into somewhat of a mess. Somewhat. Not surprising at all, but sad. So, okay. So I'm going to move things. I'm going to put things into little, well, I've got these little things from McDonald's, I think, for Halloween. This is a thing that I'm not going to, well, I use it for solder stuff, but it does not need to be there. What is this? Oh, another thing. A thing some sockets came in, but they are not needed at this moment. So I'm going to gather bits of things. Oh, there's more solder. Put them away. Oh, God. Now, somewhere there are some screws in a bag. And in order, there's a joystick. That does not need to be here. There's a joystick. That does not need to be here. This is the soldering table. Right here is a shield for a VIC chip. It needs to be over there. There's water. It does not need to be here. This is paper towel I used to clean up the solder iron. It does not need to be here. And here's a couple of kind of granola bars. They do not need to be here. Oh, here's a little handkerchief. It does not need to be here. Oh, there's Jumpman Jr. It does not need to be in there. There is a roll of solder. Oh, still in a neat little thing that came with the Weller. It can go there. Now here is the 64. To be fixed here is a piece of paper that would go underneath it. It does not need to be here. Here is my microphone charger, and it is down to 27%. It doesn't really hold its charge anymore. I almost bought a cheap replacement today at Dollarama, but I didn't. Alright, let's see. Can I get that in? Okay, so that's charging. Okay. So this thing really needs to go back together. It does. I need to sweep up in here eventually. So, let's see here. This is the very yellowed case for this. And you know, I think what I might do, I don't think I'm going to put it on. I think I'm going to take it out at some point soon. Maybe I will put it back on, I'll see. Anyway, here is the very yellow keyboard. Here is my thing 8-pin video. VIC and SID sockets works. Both diagnostic U1 bad, dusty, yellowed, good shielding. Com spec, it says com spec. Now, somewhere here, I should have a marker, a Sharpie. Maybe not. Well, this needs updating. It does, because it is now. A socket has been installed. And so that is good. Now there was here a bag. I know there was here a bag of miscellaneous screws. Okay. Excellent. So here is, and that's still some dusty. Dust. Anyway, here is the bottom of the case. Now, am I going to put the shielding back on? No, I am not. What? You know what? I'm going to get this all together. Ah, no. Not the microphone. I'm going to get this all together. But I'm not sure if I will screw it together. Oh, I remember this. I had a horrible time getting this out. So really, to make this machine better, there's a lot of things that should happen. And what are those? Well, yeah, the Yeah. Just looking around, I think there should be another. There's another screw. You know, at the bottom of the case, the top of the case, they need to be worst, as some people would say. I would say washed. And the keys really need to. Well, the keyboard, I think, needs cleaning. And certainly the keys are squirrely. Let's remind ourselves. This may be a good time to get a big envelope and put everything in. It might be. And make notes on what else needs to be done before any reassembly is happening. Oh, yes. Oh, my. The bottom of the case is not helping. Get out. Get out, I say. Anyway, this too, besides being filthy, it maybe could use a little time in the sun. Okay. Let's see here. We will plug in power. We will plug in the 8-pin. I'll move this forward so we have the keyboard away from it. And we'll turn this on. And up it comes. And we'll just touch all the keys and see if they are responsive. So far, they are. And of course it comes up with a syntax error. Cursor keys, yay. Spacebar, yay. Commodore key, yes. Control key, yes. Shift key, yes. Shift lock, yes. Other shift key, yes. The function key. So the keyboard, although filthy, does seem to work all right. But the keys are mighty yellowed. Mind you, I have sold mighty yellowed keys in the past, because there are people who have mighty yellowed machines who would like to have the keys all sort of matching. But this is dusty. Anyway, as I say, this might be a time to get a big envelope. And put everything in. And so now here are miscellaneous screws. I should have been putting things individually into individual bags, but I did not. But this thing here, it will not fit in this bag. This is a vital piece. This is what is, it fastens to the board, and then the keyboard fastens to that. Where does it go? I think right about there. I think it goes over. Yeah, I think that's the screw hole. So that is needed. That is required. That is essential. All right. So, what are we going to do? Well, I think I don't want to put this back into the case securely because it was hell to get out. It was hell. So I'm going to set that there. I'll set this here. I'm not going to plug it in. Oh. Hold that thought. Right. This is the other hunk of shielding. Ew. So that goes on here. So a lot of this needs to be washed, as some people would say. I would not put it that way. Okay, so this is kind of sitting here. This can kind of sit on top. And there we have a 64. That the board is just dandy. The rest of it is kind of ugly. Who knows? Maybe this board will get tidied up and go into another case. I will put all the paper stuff in here. I should write on it further. I should. So I better have an update on what is what. And I will. And these miscellaneous screws I'll throw back in here. I shall. Alright, and this disaster of a test, well, that can sit there. Okay, so I'll put this on top of the VIC-SWITCH for the moment. And we'll put this on top of the 64 for the moment. Even though it doesn't really want to sit there nicely, we'll just sit that like that. Okay, so the table is getting a little bit, just a little bit better. Now, as this is the soldering table, it makes sense that there would be soldering irons here. I think what I really need to do is have a place for them. So that is a soldering iron. This is Mr. Weller. And he should be unplugged, but yes, he is. He is unplugged. So Mr. Weller, which I typically use for removing the boards on the bottom, although my second attempt at that did not go well, and I just cut it off. This is a little stand for a soldering iron, and here is the de-soldering iron. And it too should not be plugged in unless it's being used. So I'm going to set these things over with the diagnostic-y things. Oh, there's a funny thing that came in the Weller thing. It may or may not be handy. And here is the shield from a VIC-20 that I have used to help with soldering things. So that can sit over there behind the monitor. Aha, now here, this is a vital piece. This is a phone charger. It is. Now, and this, aha, this is a 64 that I use to test things with. I'll just slide this into position and get it on. And one of the reasons is because it has RAM chips in the sockets. Let me make sure that this is good. Retro Remind Perfect. Is it okay? 5 RAM chips. Yes, this is good. This is good. Test machine. How that stick out the back. Now, let's see here. Here is a shield. This shield does not go with this computer. There is some note paper. What is this? This is a 64. It has no notes on it. That is disturbing. There is the book from Mr. Weller. I really don't need that right now. Here is the bottom of a 64, including the shielding that I carefully removed. But it will not be reused on there. It will not, so it can sit there. Now, which machine is this? One. Oh, okay. 8-pin nice shielding. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one had the wrong chips. Okay, 1 flash. Okay, this is this machine, the U12, that did not make it work. It did not, which is disturbing and distressing because more stuff needs to be done now. it does. And it looks like... Where did I put that shielding? Yes, it looks like I have removed the PLA chip because it was probably defective and I used it in something else. So I need to update things. I do. Alright, Commodore 64. Okay. So we're not going to put this back together quite. I'll just get it here. Because it is one that needs work. And I think maybe, oh dear, it might be that I decided that I'm going to try U13 on that. But now this one, this is a great machine. It works just fine. It's another test machine right now. It is empty because I took all the chips out. And that does not need to be there. There's a socket thing. That's not a bad thing. Note paper. That can be here. Alright, let me read this a second. All major chips and sockets, keyboard okay, diagnosis okay, set okay. Test machine, all chips removed to test others. Okay. So these are two machines that can be used for testing. And this is a sick machine that still has stuff to do. It does. Ugh. It is messy. I'll sweep, I will sweep, I will sweep. I shall. So, buckets, things, stuff. And I got the second light up here. That is handy. Now I'm not sure if I left this thing on or not. It does not really need to be up here. It really doesn't. So I may, in fact, take it back downstairs. I have a place that I upload things. Oops. What's going on here? And this has been there before. I think I need to tidy up that table and see what is what. Anyway, so this table is looking a little bit better than it was. But we're not there yet. Oh no. Oh, here's another thing. I found I have two sets of microphones. I do. And I should, while I'm here, and while I remember, because I did run into trouble once, I should plug these in. It's been a while. And remember, this little thing here, this is essential. But if you mix them up, it won't work. You gotta have the right one with the right one. Okay. Are we charging? We're charging. So, why is this so painfully slow? It's funny how things, when you have different sort of little nodes around the house for Wi-Fi, why it is that some things still latch onto the wrong one. I don't know. I just don't know. So now, gotta figure out things. I think, as dangerous as this is, I think I do need to have a box handy here and just get wires and things run better. I think so. Oh, this thing is painfully slow. Maybe it... I thought it was off. Maybe it was not off. Maybe it needs to be shut off. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Oh. Painfully slow. Anyway, so there's other things to look at, other things to do. And at this moment, I'm just sort of satisfied that I have things together, or I need to make sure. I got another bag of bags. I need to be better at marking such things with the screws, which I know I should. Anyway, I know. But I didn't. But I will. Don't you know? Okay. So... I'm actually glancing over here. There's 3 more 64s to look at. And then here's the box from the Weller. I could put it back in it. I could. I will ponder that. There's other tips and stuff in here, but certainly I won't lose that. Maybe I'll put it back here with the soldering things, and then I'll see what is next. I shall see. Okay. So, I think I'm going to shut this machine off, if I remember how. And I think it can go downstairs and not be here. Although at times it might be handy to look things up, but I think it's going away. It is, and I will see what else. The danger of putting things under the table are then the table under the table gets full, as it does everywhere. Anyway, so out of the 64s I was working on, one is working. You know what? While I'm here, I should remind myself, oh, what is up with this? I should, besides being kind of dirty, or yellowed, brown stuff gets yellowed too. I should look in here. Okay, 8-pin video, screen flash, gentle buzz, no display, one small chip in a socket, top yellowed, comm specs, one small chip in a socket. Oh, so the SID and the VIC are in sockets, but that's it. So, could be all kinds of things. It could be. All right. Oh, and what was this one? Snow on screen, all chips in machine. VIC PLA 6510 in sockets. Okay. Another great mystery. Oh, I see a 64C over here. Maybe that is one that I brought here to work on things, but I don't know. Oh, works okay. Works okay. Okay. Maybe I brought that to test things. Anyway. Alright. That too does not need to be there. Okay, it's a little speaker. Is it dead? It's not. That does not need to be here. I will sort all these things out. Now, one thing I might do is here is a dirty data set. But does it work? I don't know. I think it might be something that I take downstairs and connect to one of the vintage old pets and see what's what, because I've been using a data set there. And then perhaps I can clean it up some. All right. So that's it. That's all. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's an iPad. Yes, there was someone who was warning me vigorously to watch having this on the monitor. And actually, this iPad, does it need to be here? I suppose I could charge it a little bit more. This is an old one. Probably every app there is doesn't work on it anymore, because of course that's what they do. Actually, I'm having that trouble right now with my phone, where every little while an app comes up and says, hey, we have to update. And then when it goes to update, and it says, oh, we can't update. You can't use this anymore. So little by little by little, the phone, it's not that it's useless, it just becomes able to do less and less. So I will want to go and buy another. I believe people are suing Apple over things like this. Anyway, okay. Yeah. That's it. That's it from the TV room for now. I'll take this downstairs, see what we can do with it. Oh, see about getting the on-air sign up and running. I suppose a little tape might help, but I'd really rather find the bottom piece. Anyway, thanks for coming to the TV room. We'll see you again. Bye for now.